Wouldn't this have been a wonderful opening for Danny Kaye?
Ladies and gentlemen, Danny Kaye.
Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the family. We've taken to you so strong. It's clear we're going to get along. Consider yourself at home. Consider yourself part of the furniture. There isn't a lot to spare. Who cares whatever we've got to share? If it's your chance to be, you should see some harder days, a empty lot of days. Why grouse? Always a chance we'll meet somebody to foot the bill. Then the drinks are on the house. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss, for after some consideration we can stay. Consider yourself part of us. Consider yourself our mate. We don't want to have no fuss, for after some consideration we can state. Consider yourself. Consider yourself. Consider yourself one of us. Thank you, and good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I've done a lot of dancing, I must say, with a lot of people. This is the first time I've ever really danced with a stool. Next week, I think I may do a cha-cha with a china closet. I want to welcome you to our show from Television City, here in the City of the Angels. Some people call it Los Angeles, and some people call it Los Angeles. I personally prefer the pure Castilian Spanish pronunciation. Los Angeles. Los Angeles. Anyway, I'm glad you're here, and I think that
Flight 312, now boarding at gate 12.
Oop, that's me. I've got to run. Look for me on the plane. You'll know me by I'll be wearing my red hair.
The Ava bracelet helps you get pregnant. Ava uses your body's data to show you the...
sir. Seat 4B.
Thank you very much. Ma'am, do you think it would be possible for me to sit near the window? This is my first flight, you see.
Oh, I'm sorry, sir. That seat has already been assigned. Perhaps the passenger who has it will change with you.
Oh, no. I certainly wouldn't like to bother anybody. I mean, I'll be perfectly happy in that seat. Thank you very much. Oh, what a smooth flight.
We haven't taken off yet.
Oh, I know that. I mean, if it's so soft on the hard ground, think of what it'll be on the soft clouds.
Would you like me to take that envelope?
Oh, no, don't bother. It's my other suit. I'm going away for a month.
Yes, sir.
This is my first flight, you know. My very first flight. My first time going up into the airiness. We must be 7 feet off the ground. That's all right, Jerry. I'll find it by myself now. I'll find it.
Oh, I'm terribly sorry there, friend.
Huh?
Oh, very sorry.
It's all right.
Oh, well, that's me, Mr. Jinx. Wherever I go, disaster!
They call you Mr. Jinx, huh?
Yeah, that's right.
This is my first flight.
Oh, your first flight?
Yes.
Your very first flight?
Yes.
Oh, and you're afraid, right?
Yes.
Well, you know why? It's fear of the unknown. Yes, you're afraid because you're ignorant. You're stupid. Now, if you knew the principles of flight, you see, you could sit back and relax. Did you ever hear of the Bernoulli theory of aerodynamics?
Bernoulli?
Yes, it's very simple. You see, look out here. The wings are contoured in such a way that, well, here, just look right out the window.
No, we're 7 feet off the
Oh,
ground.
now, come, let's get over that fear right now, friend. Let's look out the window right now, come on. No, please, come on now, you take a good look, and just look out.
Are we in Bernoulli yet?
You just want to sit right back here and relax. You see, you're afraid because you can't imagine how this big, monstrous mass of metal can possibly get off the ground, right? I mean, all this tons of luggage and metal engines. Heavy.
I'll get off. Maybe it'll be a little lighter.
But you're gonna be fine now, friend. You just want to put your seatbelt on here and you'll just feel it.
My first flight, you know.
Oh, what is it? Oh, I was trying to hook my seatbelt into yours, I guess, there. Got a clumsy there, aren't we, friend? Oh, say, that's some neck you got there, fella.
Some neck.
Yeah, I can fix that for you in a jiffy.
My first flight, you know.
I'm sorry, sir. You'll have to put those bags on the floor.
Oh, why is that?
Regulations, sir. If they should fall during the flight, they might injure someone.
Oh, well, I'll move them right away.
Thank you.
Surely. They won't fall.
Sure?
They can't. They're too heavy. They're my samples.
Samples? What is it you sell, sir?
Cement blocks.
Lady! Airplane lady!
Good afternoon. This is your stewardess, Janet Mason, welcoming you aboard Flight 312. I'll be coming around in a moment, and for those of you who would like some, I'll be serving hot coffee.
Boy, oh boy! Really, there's nothing I love more than a good, steaming, piping hot cup of coffee. You gonna get a cup of coffee?
I don't think I'm going to get it.
I'm gonna have some.
Then I'm going to get it.
Oh boy, I'm gonna get it.
Would you gentlemen care for some coffee?
Oh yes, I'll have some, Jerry, but my friend here won't be having any. Now you see, you want to think of it this way, friend. An airplane is nothing but a flying hotel, you see? After all, it's only mind over matter. I mean, really, what are you doing here, huh? You're sitting here in lovely surroundings with nice, pleasant people, sitting back comfortably, being served beautiful refreshments, right? By a lovely young waitress. After all, you just want to think of an airplane, really, as a flying restaurant. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. Please! I'm terribly sorry. I have something in my bag that ought to fix that right up. Oh, say, you don't look well at all, Paul.
Oh, that was your best shot yet. That was a winner. That was a real winner. I suppose that was the cement block, huh?
Oh, no. That was the bowling ball. That's the cement block.
You mean I've got that to look forward to?
Yes, that's to look forward to.
Would you mind, sir, if we change seats?
Oh, not at all, friend. No.
I'd like to get out of the line of fire.
The line of fire? Why, yes, of course, sir. Here, let me just fix you. Don't touch me. Don't touch me. Look, don't touch me. What's that?
The motors were taking off.
Taking off?
Yeah, in the air.
This big, heavy thing in the air?
What's the matter?
Oh, no. Hey, lady! Airplane lady! It's my first flight. I can't. Oh, no.
Ladies and gentlemen, the name of Powell is indeed an illustrious one in the world of entertainment. There was the wonderful Dick Powell and William Powell, Eleanor Powell, Jane Powell. Well, now we have the pleasure of adding still another. A young lady with the mellifluous, if highly improbable, first name of Lovelady. Ladies and gentlemen, Miss Lovelady Powell.
Pack up all my care and woe. Here I go, singing low. Bye, bye, blackbird. Where somebody waits for me. Sugar sweet, oh, so is he. Bye, bye, blackbird. No one here can love and understand me. Oh, what hard luck stories they all hand me. Make my bed and light the light. I'll arrive late tonight. Blackbird, bye. Bye. No one here can love
Isn't that a great name, Lovelady Powell? That's a marvelous name, isn't it? Lovelady Powell, I throw in the towel. You put all the other gals to shame. Lovelady Powell, just hear me howl. Where'd you get that silly, crazy name? Lovelady Powell, Lovelady Powell, that's a new one.
It's a true one. It was given to me.
Where?
Deliberately.
By whom?
By my folks in Ohio.
Well, that's it. Lovelady Powell, welcome to the show. Let me ask you something. What? Let me ask you something when they stop making noise up there. Is that your real name, Lovelady?
Yes, it is, but my friends call me Lovey.
I beg your pardon?
My friends call me Lovey.
Friends call you Lovey?
Yes, Lovey.
Her friends call her Lovey. Oh, come on down, please. Cherry pie ought to be you.
Autumn skies ought to be you.
Mr. Pulitzer's prize ought to be you.
Romeo in disguise ought to be you.
Columbine ought to be you.
Sparkling wine ought to be you.
All of Beethoven's nine ought to be you.
Every Will Shakespeare line ought to be you. Are so enticing, I'm starting to shake.
You are just the icing on my birthday cake. To continue heaven's blue ought to be.
Heaven too ought to be.
Everything super do ought to be here.
Charles de Gaulle ought to be you.
Alcohol ought to be you.
Drowning with Lucille Ball ought to be you.
We did that show last fall, boy, we just flew.
Chevalier ought to be you.
Doris Day ought to be.
Liston, not Cassius Clay, ought to be you. You are rare chop suey, whose praises are sung.
You are so egg fooey.
Egg foo.
Yeah, you know, like young. To continue CBS ought to be.
Elliot Ness ought to be.
Every dessert success ought to be you.
Ought to be you.
Ought to be you.
Ought to be you.
Ought to be you. Ha. But I'm happy on the stove. Hey, misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. I like Jack Horner in the corner. I don't go nowhere. What do I care? Don't you see how it's really far? Believe me, I don't care how big you will go. I'm home about it, just me on my radio. Hey, misbehaving, I'm saving my love for you. You, no one but you. Well, thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very much. Thank you very, very much. Thank you very, very, very much. Thank you very much. Well, that about concludes my medley of thank yous. And now I'd just like to say that for the last very 15 minutes, you've been entertained by the terribly talented us. So this is your genial host, Mickey Tempo, thanking you for all the members of my big name group. And now, in keeping with the policy of the Club Cabana of continuous music for your dancing pleasure, I'd like to start the revolving bandstand. I'd like to start the revolving bandstand. I'd like to start the revolving bandstand and turn you over to Miguelito Magneto and a South American rhythm.
Never mind that. Never mind that.
The bandstand is not working.
Oh, never mind if it's not working. Listen to me. Miguelito was not here. You guys got to fill in.
Fill in? We don't
Yeah.
know his music or
You don't know the music. The arrangements are back there in uniforms. Put them on. Take it. I'll pay you double.
Hey, double?
Yeah. Double.
Hey, fellas.
Well, weren't they wonderful friends? Let's hear it again for Mickey Tempo and the boys. Yes, sir. Now let's keep it going, friends, as the revolving bandstand brings you the south of the border rhythms of Miguelito Magneto.
Muchas gracias, muchas gracias. Hello, gracias. Muchas gracias. It's a great privilege to be here in Los Angeles. I want you to know it's a great privilege to be here in your country where you are all seated. And now, muchas gracias, or gracias muchis, or whichever comes first, I don't know. And now, my sister... Now, my half-brother and I would like to play the very wonderful song that made us a star, and we know that you can too. Go, baby, go. It's a song they're singing nowadays. Swing out, bim, bam, 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 bim, bam, 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 Ladies and gentlemen, the very exciting sounds of Joe and Eddie. Yeah.
Go, children, go, children. I'll go, children, go, not children, go, children, go, children. I'll go, children, go, not children, go. Where I send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send thee one by one for the little bitty. A baby was born, he was born in a Bethlehem. Children, go, where I send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send it 2 by 2, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty. Baby was born, he was born in a Bethlehem. Children, go, children, go, children. Go, children, go, children, go, children. My children, go, children, go, my children, go. Now where I send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send that 4x4, 4 for the 4 that stood at the door, 3 for the Hebrew children, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby was born. Lord, he was born in Bethlehem. Children go, children go, children. I go, children go, children go, children go. My children go, children go, my children go. Where I send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send this 6x6, 6 for the 6 never got fixed. 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 for the letter, 3 for the Hebrew children. There was Paul and his brother Silas, 1 for the little bitty baby born. Lord, he was born in Bethlehem. Children go, children go, children. I go, children go, my children go. Children go, my children go. Where I send thee, how shall I send thee? I'm gonna send that 8x8, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, walking and talking all about waiting. I heard Elijah shout, well, Elijah shout, shout, well, Elijah shout, shout, Lord, Elijah shout, shout, well, Elijah shout, shout, Elijah rock, shout, 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 coming up, Lord, Elijah rock, shout, 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 coming up, Lord, Elijah rock, shout, can't you hear Elijah shout, oh, can't you hear Elijah shout, can't you hear Elijah shout, Elijah rock, shout, shout, Lord, Elijah rock, coming up, Lord, Lord, Elijah rock, shout, 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 Elijah rock, coming up, Lord, Elijah rock, shout, can't you hear Elijah shout, can't you hear Elijah shout, sending them children 10 by 10, Lord, 10, well, 10 for 10 that never got in, 9 for the 9 got left behind, 8 for the 8 that stood at the gate, 7 for the 7 that never got to heaven, 6 for the 6 that never got fixed, 5 for the gospel preacher, 4 that stood at the door, Jesus for the Hebrew, Mary, 2 for Paul and Silas, 1 for the little bitty born. Lord, he was born in Bethlehem. Well, Elijah shout, shout, well, Elijah rock, shout, well, Elijah rock, shout, well, Elijah rock, shout, coming up, Lord, Elijah rock, shout.
Take Me Out to the Ball Game is the great American baseball song. And it was written a long time ago, in a time when life was more simple and so was the music. And we were just wondering how today's Broadway composers might have written a baseball number. Somebody like Meredith Willson for Music Man, or Leonard Bernstein of West Side Story, or Lerner and Lowe, the writers of My Fair Lady. We were kind of wondering. And we'd like to present now, first, My Fair Umpire.
There is so much excitement here. We have lost our self-control with fear at this gripping, absolutely ripping, tally-ho-ping baseball match. Hurrah!
Boo, boo, boo. Bad form, bad form, bad form. Did you see that chap out there, dear? Instead of running to the next base like a gentleman, he went sliding along the ground and got dirt all over his nice, clean uniform. He's ruined it. It's dirty. Bad, bad manners, shocking manners. Liza, you're not interested at all. Darn, 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 darn. Why can't a woman be more like a fan? After all, baseball is a fascinating pastime, acknowledged and enjoyed by everyone. It is sure to please you. It will set your mind at ease. You will discover its ability to fill you with tranquility as inning after inning makes no matter who is winning. You will notice you are grinning and you find that you're beginning to have fun.
What hinning, is it?
Not hinning, inning. What a shocking sound.
Did they get it?
Not it. Hit. How many times must I tell you? It's not it's in a hinning. It's hits in a ninning. It's nins in a glinning. It's flings in a blinning.
That chap on the sack there, when the ball was hit in the air, why didn't he move from the sack?
He's grown accustomed to the base.
Don't like it.
Pity. Boo-boo, kill the umpire! Shocking, bounder! Shocking! Don't just sit there, carry on. How many times must I tell you, dear, the aim of the game is mainly to complain.
The aim of the game is mainly to complain.
And what is the aim of the game?
To complain.
Yes.
To complain.
And how do we complain?
Take aim.
That's right.
Take aim.
That's the aim. By George, she got him! Steal. Swing. Hit and run. Squeeze. Hey, the bags is loaded. Somebody's gonna score. Give him a knuckler. Aha! Foul! Yeah. Play ball! Friends, may I have your attention, please? Your attention. Now, do I hear you say you're having problems with the youth of your fair city? Do I hear you say they're shiftless, easy, lameless, marching to the drum of a distant sound? Well, my friends, there's not a thing wrong with the youth of your city, not a thing wrong that can't be cured by an 8-letter word that starts with B and it rhymes with the heart of a boy. It's an 8-letter word that spells out joy. Well, now, it's played with a bat and a ball and a glove, but most of all, it's played with love. B-A-S-C-B-A-L-L, swell. Well, you bet your boots, just put your kids in baseball suits, and I promise, no, I guarantee your troubles, O-U-T. Do I hear you say it's a meaningless, frivolous, trivial waste of time? Trivial? Ha! Abner Doubleday gave you the game, but America gave you the game. You got Greenberg, DiMaggio, Jackie Robinson, Honus Wagner, Napoleon Lajoie, not to mention Casey Stengel, who speaks a language of his own. Yes, sir, my friends. I'll never forget the day I stood in the sacred halls of Cooperstown. Why, the very walls seemed to come alive. Out of their frames came bustin', wham! There they were. The mighty band, the Georgia Peach, the Iron Horse, the Big Train, the Great Gray Eagle, Matheson, Tinkers and Evers and Chance. What an array thundering by, a song on their lips that never will die. It's for the kids, so beat the drum and sing it through all the years to come. I'll take me out to the peanuts and Cracker Jack. I don't care if I never get back. Just give me the sound of a ball eating bat with a wallop and whack. Yay! Go, go, go! What a day, we're on our way. Just watch our army go. Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the every city. Hey, don't your sons look pretty in a uniform they just put on? For it all game. Oh. I knew I shouldn't have had a nap before I came out on this thing. Hello. You know, last summer, I was in Russia, and I had a remarkable time, I must say. I went there at the behest of the State Department and the United Nations Children's Fund. And I didn't know what I was going to find when I went to Russia. I went with some apprehension, I suppose. But it turned out that the people were warm and friendly and nice. And as people, we got along just fine. But I particularly enjoyed working with the children. Oh, I must tell you something before I get on to that. I went to Russia, and it was probably one of the very few countries that I've been to in some years where they didn't know me at all. They don't know anybody there, nobody from the movies. As a matter of fact, they knew so little about me that the Russian movie industry heard that Kaye was coming, and one girl said, "Oh, I hear she's a good actress. Is she pretty?" Now, I was able to walk into department stores and restaurants and hotels, and for the first time in many years, I was able to observe rather than be observed, and I think you learn a great deal more that way. Anyway, to get back to the kids, it was kind of interesting. The grown-ups didn't know me. The kids certainly didn't know me. And
I went to a children's pioneer camp. And they must have told them that an American was coming, and they had about 600 kids, and they all had little bouquets of flowers. And they appointed one of them to be a spokesman, or spokeslady. And this little girl walked up, and she had the flowers in her hand, and she said, Mr. Daniel Kaye, children of pioneer camp, Mr. Daniel Kaye, all children, welcome that we, Mr. Daniel Kaye, flowers. What was kind of cute about that was I then leaned down and kissed her on the cheek. I mean, she got kind of all like that. So I went all like that, and it was the cue for 600 kids to absolutely go sky high. They had the most wonderful time you ever saw. They were doing little Ukrainian dances and songs, and they taught me one of the songs, I must say. And they had a little dramatic sketch. Yeah, I'll never forget it, really. It was we were out in the open. But they had this little boy under a tree. And the sun was casting some rather strange shadows. And the little boy started in this recitation. Možesne jest nas iskrossvičim jedet. Pozjedna počesne zet krasna i nas košta. Iznojec prubici kinarec. Brozno je snajec, možet znedjat, slušit. Well, the nature of the story, really, it suffers a bit in the translation. But actually, the story is, many, many long years ago, on some distant shore, there was a little boy who was walking on the beach. And suddenly a seashell caught his eye. And he picked it up. And it was multicolored. And he pried it open. And as he got the seashell open, he put it very close to his ear. And he heard it say, "Don't touch me!" Oh, I did hear one story that I've got to tell you. There were 4 men sitting in a restaurant, and this is a Russian story. I heard it in Russia. And they were discussing their various ideas of happiness, what one thought of happiness as opposed to the other. And there was a Frenchman, a German, an Englishman, a German, and a Russian. And they posed the question to the Frenchman. They said, "Now, what would your idea of happiness be?" And he said, "Well, for me, it's very simple. For me, happiness would be to have a bottle of wine, a little piece of cheese from a southern province, amour naturally, and to be able to contemplate. That for me would be my idea of happiness." They all agreed it was a fairly good idea. Then they turned to the Englishman. They said, "What is your idea of happiness?" And he said, "Well, I don't know. I haven't thought about it, actually." But I could give it some thought, rather. Rather awkward, you see. Well, but I don't know. Yes, I would suppose... I would suppose that my idea of happiness would be to sit near a fire. Yes, sit near a fire, smoking a pipe, rather strong tobacco, having a bash at cricket every Sunday, Yorkshire pudding, perhaps. Yes, I would suppose that would be my idea of happiness, yes. Now, they turned to the German man and they said, "What is your idea of happiness?" He said, "Everything which can be put inside is my idea of happiness. Dark beer is like a cloud with a silver lining."
Sauerkraut, Knackwurst und Hüldenkreis, das Augengeflügel, das That is completely my idea of happiness.
Now, all the heads turn to the Russian, and they say, what is your idea of happiness? And he said, for me, very easy. No, really, very, very simple. For me, happiness is to sit quietly in my apartment with my son, Boris, on my knee, reading to him editorial from Pravda. Reading very nice editorial, suddenly comes knock on door. I go to door, standing, open door, secret police. He look at me, say, is your name Ivan Ivanovich? I say, no, he lives upstairs. That's my idea. I did learn one song, though, when I was there. They had, as I said before, they had the little Ukrainian dances, and the song that I really did learn was a song that says, let there be sky, let there be sun, let there be sky, let there be mama, and let there be I. Sammy, what was the key we had on it? Yeah. Пусть всегда будет солнце, пусть всегда будет небо, пусть всегда будет мама, пусть всегда буду я, пусть всегда будет солнце, пусть всегда будет небо, пусть всегда будет мама, пусть всегда буду я. I must tell you, ladies and gentlemen, I must tell you, you're really the kindest audience I've ever worked for, and I hate to see you all leave. As a matter of fact, if you will notice, when you try to leave, you'll find that the doors are completely barred, and you are completely surrounded. And it's really no use fighting it. We were meant for each other. And now that I have found you, my darlings, never fear, I will never let you go. No, you really are extremely nice, and I want to thank you for Jackie Cooper and Lovelady Powell, and Joe and Eddie, and our entire cast, and we'll see you next week. Good night.
Program is full report.